So I am King T, the CEO of Conscious Mind Records Inc., and co-host of this wonderful Hot Mango Seed podcast. And I'm sitting here joined with some of the greatest people in the world. They are my best friends and some of the most inspirational, from music to so many other directions. And so let me introduce my awesome crew here. We have Henny Skywalker, a super producer who has produced some of the dopest music for people here in Central Florida and beyond. Henny, what's good with you?
Chilling, man. I'm glad to be here. It's been a long day, but we
Been a
ending it
long day,
right.
right?
Sure.
What in the world was that intro?
We're also here with one of the greatest chefs out in the world. He makes some of the best foods you could imagine, including foods that are infused with the Mary J. He is a botanist. He is a specialist. He is Rob Rader.
Hi, how y'all doing?
And then, last but not least, we are here with this brother who has helped inspire so many people, including myself as an artist for so many years. Anytime I would hit a down point on coming up with, writing a good song, I look over and this man is writing like a machine, and it's good, it's solid, it's lyrical. In fact, he is by far one of my favorite hip hop artists out there. My brother and the birthday boy, Jawar Lagu.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Hey,
It's your birthday.
I appreciate the kind and encouraging words, man. It's great to be here on my birthday, spending it with y'all, and y'all can see Soldier Bless ain't here, the VI massive, but
Yes.
from work.
Big up, soldier.
But hey, thanks for the love, brother.
Yes, yes. So how are you feeling, man? Now that it's your birthday, you feeling older? You feeling wiser? You still feeling? You look young. You look young right now. So
I'll be honest, I feel like I can still do a jumping roundhouse kick. So that's
what?
now
He said a jump.
when I'm done, I can't tell you how my calf is gonna feel, but no, honestly, I feel great, man. I feel really good. Like I feel like these later years, I'm gonna get into this in the jewel today, but these later years are the best years. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I know
sir.
not later like I'm 62, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not 25 no more, you know what I'm saying? I'm not 21, doing cake spins and hold back
You
shots.
still young though.
I am still young. I feel like I could do a cartwheel off of a garbage can if like we're
What?
five, I can do it. But honestly, I feel great, man. It's been a great day. It's funny, right? We all have our birthdays. We go through the transition, right? You have a birthday on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday, on a Monday. And back in the day, we would be planning like, yo, what you doing Friday? What you doing Saturday? We finna party Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna
Yes.
right? And you would just plan around the weekend, but the weekday
Party.
right? The weekday birthdays are just always chill. So it's just a chill day, and it's a pleasure to come and enlighten the people today. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. And well, I feel honored to have you here with us on your birthday to celebrate, 'cause every day of life is a good day. You just got another year added on. So but let's dive into the show today. I want to bring up a subject that has been a really hot topic lately, and on top of that is bringing up serious subjects that we got to ask ourselves about comedy, right? And what I'm talking about is the boy Drewski, the comedian Drewski. He's known for creating parody skits. He's hilarious and corny at the same time, depending on how you look at him, right? But did you guys see the skit he did where he never said a name, but people assume it's Erica Kirk? Did you guys see that one?
Oh yeah,
I sure
I
did.
Funny. And I didn't even know who she was because I don't even follow the politic world that close. But yeah, that shit was
So you
actually
didn't know who she was, but you got the
not at
picture,
all.
right?
And then then I looked up the comparison videos, and he 1-to-1 did that shit.
Yes, he
Point.
nailed it.
yeah, his makeup
He,
art, his makeup artist is crazy.
You
Yeah,
need a
shout out to the
raise.
makeup artist.
Yeah, yeah, I heard he gave her a raise, but that could have been just,
You need a
people throwing
raise.
stuff out there. Yeah. But now the word is that she is looking to sue him for that skit. And I even heard, the Orange Man say that she should sue. But what are you guys' opinions on parodies, right? Where people are doing parodies based on someone else, very
Well,
similar actions to someone else. What do you think?
I'm
Well, I
for
said,
it.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. I'm for it.
Oh, that was me talking to me. So I believe, and I'll step out here and say, like, I'm not a fan of Drewski. I think Drewski's a cornball, but I
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
step out of my reasoning why, I don't really like him and say that what he's doing is pretty brilliant. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope of how he's really just kind of shining a spotlight on all of these different people because that skit
Yeah.
was supposedly about conservative Christian women and how they act, right? Because they're so whatever. I didn't even watch the skit because I told you like earlier, like he talked about JSN and we've had beef since.
Yeah, that hurt you. I mean, yeah, you're right though. And the crazy thing is, he didn't say which conservative Christian woman. He didn't say any name.
Right.
But apparently, Erica Kirk, recognized herself in that skit somewhere, and so much so that she said even her daughter was asking, saying that she saw the skit of her, and why is her daughter watching a Drewski skit? That's insane. But regardless,
Yeah.
um,
Like mother?
that,
Is that you?
but it goes. The parody goes into our freedom of speech, right? Our right to speak, our right to say things, and we've seen over the years where so many, especially politicians, have put and news and media have put lie after lie about each other over and over again. They don't have a problem with that. They don't have a problem with that. They don't have a problem when the president shares out the Michelle Obama and Barack Obama as monkeys. They didn't have a problem with that either. But now that the truth is being shown for Erica Kirk, all of a sudden he's a terrible person. Why is he doing that?
Right.
It's just wild to think about that.
All the
Now,
black community say a hit dog gonna holler.
Hey,
facts, facts.
but it's like,
Um,
to me though, a part that I'm kind of confused about is like, man, SNL does this all of the time.
All the
Mad,
time.
Mad TV
yes.
do it all the time. Like, why is this such a big deal? Like, did he? I mean, it'd be different if he was like talking about her husband and
Right.
making fun of that, But what did he really do? Even if it was directly about her, like I don't get.
Yeah, he did exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
yeah,
He did exactly what she was doing. The jumping out of the stage, the fireworks and all that. He did exactly what she was doing, and she recognized herself in that what she think is an evil picture. That's a sign to change your ways.
It's a cult
Yeah,
That's what I
talk,
think it is.
yeah, talk about that you need to save the white males and all that good stuff. That show's funny. Like the white
Yeah,
man needs to
yeah.
be saved. Like, that shit.
Erica's on
Oh,
something. Erica's on something. All right, what else we got going on in the world today, guys? That's of interest. That's hitting y'all right now.
that's hitting. Man,
Yeah, that's hitting right now. I Because
I
y'all know I go Iran on y'all. Talk.
I mean, realistically, like, that's what's really top of the news. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys are already exhausted, but I'm exhausted of seeing Donald Trump's name in the headlines over and
Yeah.
over and over
Very.
again. And so tonight, now that we don't have to act like, we're recording the day of, and it's actually the day of, this is live. So he's
Yeah, this is live. This is live.
yeah, so he's doing an address. It's 8:29. He's doing an address to the United States at 9 p.m. And I just think like I really want to see him crumble. I feel like this is like it's such a pivotal point because of this war, so many Americans are so far against it now. We're just going there. So many
Yeah.
Americans are against it, and they're waiting for him to explain himself. But a liar don't explain himself. A liar dances around the truth. Ooh, I just put
Yeah.
that really,
Yeah, but you're right though.
they dance around the truth, and the thing is that they're low key sending troops over on the ground. And the thing is no matter how you dance around that, the American people already said they don't want that. And so
Yeah.
its numbers are already dwindling in the polls. And I just feel like tonight he is gonna make such a ass out of himself that
Yes.
it's going to really start to cause this caving effect, you know. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm just overseeing the name.
Yeah, and he's definitely doing things that the American people don't want. Like one of the things he was campaigning on is I'm the president of peace. I'm going to bring you peace, right? And since he's become president, he's kidnapped the leader of Venezuela,
He did, though.
bad guy, but he
brought
did
us
kidnap
peace.
him
brought
and
us
hijacked his oil.
He
Piece
didn't
of
bring us
what?
peace, T. A piece of shit. He
A
brought
piece of
us,
shit. Yeah, he brought us a piece of
he
shit.
brought us peace.
You know, so now we trying to hijack their oil. Then we go overseas, and Netanyahu convinces him to start hitting Iran. And you know, so Trump goes in after he claimed we I'm messing that word all up. After he claimed we destroyed their nuclear program. That was the excuse he had for him and Netanyahu going crazy. Then he had to switch what his excuse was, right? And he just keeps switching, he keeps moving the bar. So he's got us in this war that first there was supposed to be no ground troops at all. Now we've sent 2 Marine units and a unit from the 82nd Airborne into that direction. And I got word today that some of our special ops units are over there right now. The Army Rangers and I can't remember which other. Oh, the SEALs are heading that way. Well, are already over there, which doesn't surprise me. But so some of his own people right now are turning against him because they flat out did not want any more wars, and he's already eyeballing Cuba right now. So you know, war is not it. But how do we fix this problem of him being able to send us to these wars? What can we do as a people?
Can I remind everybody that there's 215 days, if I'm not mistaken, until the midterm elections? That is
There we
what
go.
do. Make sure if you're not registered to vote today, or if you don't know, or you have a sibling, a friend, a girlfriend, a neighbor, a coworker, if you don't know if they're registered, get them to register to vote, because that's how this is about to go down. Like that's why this
Yes.
presidential address is going to be so pivotal, because as his numbers are dwindling, you know, the Republican Party, the House, the Senate are retiring. They're just backing out because they know, like, why am I even going to go in this race when I'm about to be up with a blue wave? You know, why am I going to go? How am I going to convince my voters to vote for me when, you know, I don't even believe what this man is.
What he's saying?
So
Yeah, because
yeah,
he said, well,
so in my opinion, you know, how we combat this, how we fix this is by shifting the majority of the House and shifting the majority of the Senate. And then, you know, it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be like a day at the cinema, because this man ain't going nowhere. And I was like Michael Jackson with the popcorn, ready to see how this all goes.
hey, get the popcorn, the music. Hey, but LaRue, you're right though. That it takes us all getting out there and voting and getting these Republicans out of control of Congress. And when that happens, Trump becomes what we call a lame duck president.
Yep.
You know, where he has no more authority. He has power, but he cannot put things into law once he's lame duck, unless the Democrats agree with it, and we can kind of mitigate some of that damage until he's out of office. And hopefully some of the right people start finding ways to Amendment 25 on him and get him out the door. But as entertainers, as you know, which you know we all are, I think it's also our duty to let the people know. And I know I've heard plenty of people say entertainers don't need to get involved in politics.
Some
But
don't.
if you're an entertainer that complain, yeah, you're right. Some don't. If you're complaining or that your people are being done wrong, and you have the power to spread the word, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean you got to get out there and march side by anybody. All you got to do is let your people know, go vote. And these are the people that will, help to save America, and these are the people that are helping to destroy it. And that's why I think our duty, provide. And I also know some entertainers don't want to be affiliated, like Chili right now. Have you guys seen her situation?
I have.
Anybody? Yeah, well,
Not
right
at all.
now, Chili has been quietly. Well, I can't even say quietly because she's been posting stuff on social media over the years. Where and for those that don't know, I'm talking about Chili from TLC, one of the greatest female groups, not even just female, but groups out, that have put music out there over the years. And but anyway, Chili has over the years been a MAGA supporter, and it's not been quietly, but it hasn't been out there to where everyone really realized what she was doing. And now that the word is finally, so for somehow it's catching fire, she comes back and says, well, I'm not a supporter of many of these policies that are hurting the people. I saw the video of her apologizing, but what bothered me was she was saying she isn't in support of the things he's doing to hurt other people. He's not saying that she's not in support of him, just the
Yeah.
things that she thinks we think is bad. And
That she thinks we think is bad.
I mean, honestly, and the only reason why I think she's coming out, this is personal opinion. You guys can tell me what you think. The only reason why I think she came out with that apology is because it's affecting the tour she's on with Salt and Pepper right now. And people are not going to the show that would have gone to the show. People aren't buying tickets that would have bought tickets, and it sucks because I love Salt and Pepper. They're great. They shouldn't have to suffer for what not T-Boz, but what Chili has been doing. But what's your guys' opinions on entertainers? Like I said, I'm the one that says entertainers should speak out. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, if they have knowledge in that area, they should speak out. I mean, they should also express their feelings. But some entertainers need to stay away from politics for sure.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
'Cause
Some
I've heard
entertainers,
some
they
stuff
just,
and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, she tried to say that it was I guess. Oh, that's what happened. She had hit donate on a Trump campaign, and apparently, you could see some of the, I guess, the logs for
The
who donated or
donors.
whatnot, and
Yeah.
it came out that she was a donor, and she came out with the apology. But then I started seeing where she had shared the picture saying Michelle Obama was a man, and where she had voted for Trump in 2016, and
Wow.
you know. I'm all about freedom of speech and you being you, right? I don't think anyone should ever be afraid to say that this is who I am. But just know when you tell the world who you are, the world is going to judge you, whether you like it or not. They're either going to love you for it or they're going to hate you for it. And sometimes they don't even care. But when it comes to politics, they definitely care, and
People
shit is
life
getting
on the
affected.
line
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
opinions.
People's lives on the line.
Politics. Somebody's opinion is putting somebody else's life on the line.
Yeah.
It's
Makes
hard.
Yeah.
For, it's hard for me to hate Chili because I was crushing on her so bad.
Man, it's breaking my heart.
I seen Chili. I seen TLC perform at Mardi Gras probably 5-7 years ago, something like that. As I get older, that's what I say. 5-7 years.
5-7.
5'7".
around there. And she still looks so good. But I mean, in my opinion, bro, it's like I've come to realize of why, as I've heard so many people say, oh, he said he was gonna do this. I've come to realize that a lot of people drank the Kool-Aid that Trump was feeding them, in a time
Man.
where so many things just looked like they were so messed up. So yeah, I can sympathize now with people who are like, he said there was going to be peace. He said we were all
Yeah.
going to be rich off of Bitcoin. He said, you know what I'm saying, that we're not going to go to war. And he said, this man was talking out the side of his neck. So
Man, double talking.
if they actually believed it, I can see that. But at the same time, you have a responsibility. If you're an entertainer, a parent, or a neighbor, whatever, you have a responsibility to start to see. No, I supported that before, but I'm not with that. In fact,
Yeah.
if they keep doing that kind of stuff, I'm against that. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like that's what's missing nowadays. It's like all of these people voted for Trump, millions, and then it's like the King's protest, which is a great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to go there, but I feel as though that's a representation of when, okay, I made a mistake. I'm going to get out here and protest. I'm going to get out here and really voice my opinion that I
Yeah.
voted for that, but I'm not with that. So, eh, I think yeah, you definitely got to take it on the chin if you step out there like that.
Yeah.
You know, just like if Kamala Harris would have won, and then we found out, that Kamala Harris sells dope and she's making deals with
Go
Pablo,
ahead.
you know, or she's she's making deals with Putin or something like that, and then we
Yeah.
found out. It's like we got to own that. Like, yeah, I voted for her, but I'm not with that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I
He
mean,
said she making deals with Putin in the background.
right.
But no doubt, right? And but as an artist, we gotta, you gotta make that decision for yourself. But just know when you make that decision that people will judge, and whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, people are gonna judge, regardless.
Right.
But stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was going to transition, but we can go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to transition for you. I was going to tell people, make sure you follow us on your social media handles, man.
Hey,
At Hot Mango Seed Podcast. That's HOT. You know how to spell. I wanted to ask Rob something though.
I hope they do.
Like y'all didn't know, but we are like prying Rob off of the game right now. There's a new game that just came out that got these, like got the gaming world going crazy. Like and I'm so close to buying it, but
Huh.
it's Desert. What is it? Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Desert.
Yeah.
Crimson
Yeah.
Desert.
This is what I'll tell you. If you're a parent or if you're, what I'm saying, a gamer, I know that you have heard about this. It's going crazy and it's like really, really interesting. Like, can you enlighten us, Rob and Henny? Like,
Yeah, what's up with that?
so special?
It's good. You've been out here tearing people
this
up.
game it's not good.
We on the
It's
game right
it's
now.
life right No, I turned it off.
So tell
But
us
no,
about
yeah,
it, brother.
it's not good. It's life. Even though it's imperfect, and of course in life, what is perfect? But this game does something that a lot of other games doesn't do, or just doesn't push the tech to do it. But this is like a culmination of just a bunch of good ass ideas thrown into a game on top of letting you be a gamer at the same time. Even though it somewhat has a weak story, but it's good enough to follow. But the game itself and just the technical side, it hooks your ass, right? Especially if you consider yourself a gamer, it hooks you in. It's good crack. It's good crack.
What's
That's
it
what you
about?
call it. Fucking shit up.
Yeah,
Shit, you just go around blowing shit up.
Adventuring.
everything. Fighting, liberating
Okay.
slaves, everything. Yeah.
Hey, you said slaves. What the
Liberating slaves, like going
Just
in
liberating
outside,
slaves?
letting
Okay.
people- yeah.
I'm out here stealing goats, fighting bears, cleaning chimneys. What is it? Archery, bare hand fighting.
So it's like about like in the old days.
Yeah.
It's life right now. Honestly, that's all I can say. That
Okay.
shit is nice. Like especially if you like games, it's a good game to play. Good game
Out
to
here
try.
mining diamonds and iron ore, copper
Yeah,
ore.
mining.
Yeah.
So you on it too,
Fishing.
Henny.
Fishing the Henny way, not
Okay.
fishing the Henny way, not
Oh,
using a fishing rod,
You
jumping
just
your
hop in
ass
the
in the
water
water
and
and
grab.
catching
Yeah.
fish,
Y'all got bless on there too.
snatching fish.
All of us on there, yeah.
Yeah, bless and
All of us on there.
Kareem on there. And what's
Kareem.
interesting?
Oh, hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
we
what's
had Kareem.
interesting though, because they'll just go straight to the gameplay. But what's interesting to me like is how fast this game sold. Like this is like the fastest growing, one of the fastest growing games like in years, and and
Huh.
and and the fact like that it has like grasped their attention. We all play games together, and they're on that, like, and it's without question, and it's like kind of that. I don't know, like if I was to describe it, kind of like when you really got a good new game or a good new, not toy, but a something, that a new phone or something like that just
Yeah,
grabs your attention, and you
you're
feel
locked in.
away from it. Yeah. And to
Yeah.
me, that's like, yo, like that, there got to be something really special about it, because it's not just the crew.
A good
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
comparison.
it's like for the
Nah, it's,
gamers, it's like Breath of the Wild had sex with Witcher 3, that had a baby, and then that baby met Kingdom Come 2, and that baby met Kingdom Come 2, and they made a baby, and then that's this game. Like it's just
Goodness
fucking
gracious.
I,
greatness,
Well, when
bro.
y'all
It's good.
play that game when y'all get
yeah,
a chance, y'all. All those
it's
people out
good.
there,
It's
play the
good.
game.
Well, I can say a good comparison for you would be all of us on Division Two, but it's a
Ooh,
single
okay,
player game.
With single
okay.
player,
Yeah,
and the
like
whole land is Dark Zone.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. See, I like that. I like that. Now, y'all got, but right
This
now, y'all
game
already know
is great.
I'm stuck on Rise of Kingdoms now. So that's my main game that I'm on. But speaking of the game, is that the newest game out? Right? Is there anything else that's catching attention, or is that one dominating?
Oh no, it's a few shit coming out. Well, later in
Hey,
the year, but Wolverine coming out later this
okay,
year. Hopefully GTA 6. Um,
GTA 6
and
coming.
then we got the PlayStation exclusive Soros that's coming out. That should be heat. And that's all I can think of like for the hits right now.
that's awesome.
all right, all right.
Of course, on the gaming side, or the sports side, like the new NBA 2K is coming out, the new Madden
Terrible.
coming out.
Terrible. All
What you
terrible.
said? Terrible.
And
Yeah.
I know if Bless was here, I would jump in Bless's body right now and say, PlayStation is they right. PlayStation just announced they're going to raise the prices of
Yeah.
new
Hmm.
consoles.
Yeah. No, the
Wow.
consoles that's out
They
now,
all
Microsoft raised their prices, and then also PlayStation raised their
Yeah,
prices.
they all raise
Yeah.
prices.
They all
Crazy.
goodness
raised prices.
gracious. They already
But
expensive.
but PlayStation got that dynamic whatever that is, right?
That PSR, that pisser, what they call it,
Yeah.
um, PlayStation Spectral, some shit like that. But pretty much it gives you close to PC visuals, kind of.
Hey, hit me
No,
Okay.
up.
no, I was talking about how much they're charging you for games. If you spend money, charging you more for
Oh, the
games.
dynamic pricing. Yeah, the more money
Yes.
you spend, the more they're going to charge you.
Mm.
The less you buy, the more specials and cheaper games are going to be for you,
So
which
you
is
see all the
ass backwards.
discounts. You see all the discounts when you don't spend no money.
Yeah,
Hey,
when you
hey,
buy
That-
shit, they give you a discount. But when you're buying shit up, they're like, all right, wait. We gotta slow down. Fucking, here you go. We're gonna give you like an extra 10, 15, whatever, $20 on top.
I ain't turned my
What
PlayStation on
sys
in like a
what so
year.
that's on Xbox,
PlayStation.
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 PlayStation. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so out of the loop with games.
Yeah, I haven't turned my PS on in about a year. So
Uh,
if I get on there, I might get Crimson Desert for like $2.99.
Dude,
fucking
Ugh.
Wendy's did the same shit. Wendy's did the same like during busy traffic, the prices went up for a little bit, and then when it went down, like when it chilled out, prices went down.
that's
What?
so that's what
Di-
Walmart's trying to move towards too. It's called
Uh,
uh, it's like, well, dynamic pricing,
yeah,
or
dynamic pricing.
it's like a demand and, what am I trying to say? Something in
Supply and
demand,
demand.
supply
the
and demand.
supply and demand.
So, like theme parks do that too. Like theme parks, like if you go to Walt Disney, uh, or you buy tickets like at Universal and stuff, and
Yeah.
you're getting into a little bit of territory. I'm not all the
The
way.
blackout dates.
Yeah, blackout dates, but a lot of these places are going into dynamic pricing to where it's like during the day. So in the afternoon, you know what I mean. It's not as busy, but after you know, the sun goes down and families are coming, you know, and there's a demand. They're going to raise the prices. Same with like Walmart, like and I think that's where it's going. And they're going to be digital demand prices. That's the future.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Uber does already. When it's fucking high traffic, they charge you more.
It's capitalism.
Capitalism.
American capitalism. We juice everything.
You said got that
Speaking of capitalism, LaRue, I wanted you to, not to get kickstart you ahead of time, but when you're ready to, talk about the housing market and what's going on.
Yeah, man. So the housing market right now has so much to do with the war, right? And we love
Yes.
to enlighten y'all, man. You come to us, and we're gonna make you laugh. We're gonna give you information, but we also want you to take something home and to think about. So just a little bit of an overview. So mortgage rates, they're actually rising again, and they're rising fast. Mortgage rates, they actually just had their biggest jump since 2025 of April, and the recent averages were right now they're sitting at about 6.4% to
Wow.
6.6%. Yeah, and this is a multi-month high. So this is actually a reverse than earlier 2026 optimism because as if you remember, the pandemic happened and it caused a lot of issues in the housing market as far as builders couldn't keep building. So that makes a shortage of inventory. Because there's less inventory, the demand for houses grows. So instead of 1,000 people having 1,200 houses to choose from, 1,000 people are now choosing from 500 houses. So then
Right.
500 houses, just like we're talking about dynamic pricing, demand and I forgot already.
Supply and demand.
Demand, because those prices are there, because the demand is higher, they can make these prices higher. And so what happened is all around the United States, all of these sellers rose the value of their houses. Property value just completely exploded. And so then once the inflation started to kick in from the pandemic, it started to raise the interest rates. And so
Right.
then it turned into a spot to where now the average person can't afford to buy a house because of the interest rates being so high. And so then the buyers started to step back, and then now these sellers are sitting on these houses for longer and longer and longer. And finally, the builders started to build houses, and now we have got to a point after 6 years later, which is crazy, but 6 years later now, it's a buyer's market again. Now there's a bunch of inventory. All of these people all these companies that were like, oh man, we got to build because all of this demand, all of these people want houses. So we got to build new property. And now there's all of this property as well as people, it's no secret that people are losing their jobs and the economy is gas prices are high. So people want to sell their house. They want to leave the United States. They have all kind of issues. So now it's not an inventory problem. It's a problem of all of this inventory that's available. So after some time, and Trump, of course, coming back to his lies, saying, oh, I'm going to bring down the cost of houses and I'm going to lower the interest rates and we're going to get this on track. So there was all of this optimism that 2026 was going to be the year that everything turned around and that me, you, and you, we're all going to buy a house. Like Oprah, you can have a house and you can have a house. And what ended up happening was, slowly but surely in the background, inflation is creeping up. And then all of a sudden, the unexpected event happens and Trump decides to send us into a war.
Yeah.
So what happens is, the main causes of war and the conflict is actually causing global economic shock, and this is especially in the energy market. So as we know, oil prices have increased, and this is what pushes inflation to higher levels. So now
Yeah.
investors are expecting higher inflation for a longer time. And this is what the administration doesn't want to see, because once mortgage rates increase, or excuse me, when inflation increases, then bond yields rise. And then in turn, mortgage rates increase. So
Unless people buy.
yeah, and less people buy. So what's interesting is, and this is like something that the nerd in me just is so much looking forward to. So there's like this dilemma, right, with the feds, right? So Powell, y'all know Powell. Powell is throwing up all of these warning signs and shooting off flares and doing all kind of stuff like, hey, inflation is, it's like nobody's looking at these numbers. It's inflating over here. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
gotta slow down, we gotta do something. And they're just, deflecting like the administration is doing. Ah, it's nothing, no inflation there, that's the media lying to you and all of this stuff, right?
Something.
So then he's throwing all these warning signs, but also his chair seat is up in May, and
Hmm.
Donald Trump just elected or chose a new chair for the Fed, and he's going to take over in May, Kevin Marsh. So now they're stuck at three decisions, right? Powell is saying, like, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but we need to raise interest rates. So right now
Hmm.
we're at this deflection, right? We can a, tame inflation like Powell wants us to do, raise interest rates. What's going to happen if we do that? It's going to tighten the squeeze on all of us. It's the same thing they did during the pandemic. Inflation started to go crazy after the pandemic, so they had a higher inflation or interest rates, and so it made it
Hmm.
tight on all of us. So that's the choice, and that's going to be hard because so many people have lost their jobs, gas prices are high, and people are going through it. Then there's the option number two, to where you just leave it as is, saying don't touch the interest rates. Like Trump is on the sidelines saying, lower them, lower them. What are we doing? My boys over here, the billionaires, their companies are having problems. We need you to lower
Yeah.
the interest rates. And what's happening is, Powell's like, I'm not lowering nothing. If anything, I'm going to raise it. And they're just going, well, you're out of here in May. So, Kevin Marsh, you ready? We need you to lower interest rates. And anybody who's a professional in that field should know, looking at the numbers, that is going to destroy the U.S. economy. We're already having
Yeah.
this.
Double R.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all like our deficit, our debt deficit is already exploding. So the second option is for them to not touch it, to just
To
kind of
yeah.
monitor and do nothing. And then there's the third option. There's the option that Donald Trump wants. And what's I think is going to happen is when Kevin Marsh gets into that office in May, he's going to be, what do you want me to do, Daddy? And he's going to just like lower it by 50 percentage points. And then all hell is going to break
That would
loose.
be crazy.
Man, that inflation is gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Imagine investments.
we're at a point where every a nation whose dollar has ruled for a long time, usually it's a 80 to 100 years at a time before something happens where their dollar completely loses value because of inflation, and eventually another dollar takes over. So, American dollar has lost 99% of its value since it first came out. It's only a matter of time, right? It's only a matter of time. So, as a person that studies real estate, what can you tell people, the average person?
So yeah, that's what the point I was trying to get to right here is like, so I want to tell you, if you're ready to buy a house, or if you've been thinking about a house, if you have been watching the mortgage rates, the interest rates from the feds, I would suggest, and let's be real, I'm not a real estate expert. I'm not a person who owns all kind of real estate. I'm just somebody who follows the market. I watch it. I listen to all these different YouTube people. I read the articles that come out. I listen to what the Fed chair is saying when he has whatever meetings and he's answering questions. And what I would tell you is, man, it's like a chart, right? It's like a chart. The chart is trending up. Interest rates are going to continue to rise, in my opinion. So I don't think right now is the time to buy a house. Why? Because if you look and you say, well, 6.4, 6.6 isn't that bad, right? The thing is like there's so many steps when you're closing on a house. You have to get the house assessed, you have to get insurance, you have to do all these things, and it's not just overnight. So right now you can buy a house at a 6.6, or the interest rate could be at 6.6 when you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy this house. But then by the time you close, it could be 7%.
Right.
Unless you're
Right.
closing today. I mean, I'm talking about you putting in an offer, like you say the interest rate is 6.6. So you put in an offer and you're like, I can afford that. If I do the calculations, that's $3,200 a month. I can afford that. So you put in an offer. They accept the offer, let's say a month later. And now you can close on the house, but the interest rate is increased because that trending line, it's increased. So it might be 6.8 now. I tell to you, I think this is a smart time to save your money and just kind of keep monitoring, because while
Okay.
it's trending up, I feel as though there's going to be a time where it's going to come down. And you got to think, right, as much as and stupid as it sounds for somebody to come in and lower interest rates, it's a high probability that that's what's going to happen. So if you can get a interest rate like even before the world goes crazy, and you get an interest rate at 4% or 5%, it's like jump in there. You have to be ready to jump because it could be very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Like not long, not that
Volatile.
long. Yeah, very volatile.
Very volatile. So question, another question. I know I got like 50 million questions because I want to know, we got our house up on the market right now.
Okay.
Wonderful house, but ours is up on the market, and we've already seen that people aren't really buying right now. Like every house I've seen has had the same sign up for quite a while right now, because people are afraid to take loans. And there was a point where my dad was going to get a house down here in Florida. He owns his house in Indiana. He was going to sell that house and come down here to Florida. And when he came down here and started seeing our insurance and the fact that interest rates are so high, and he's like, why would I do that? It wouldn't make any sense, right? Do you think that, because I agree, I think, what'd you say the guy's name is, Ken, that Trump is going to put in place in Powell's place? And I think he's, like you said, he's going to get in and he's going to lower those interest rates like a good boy. But question for you, do you think he's going to keep those rates low when he starts feeling that heat of inflation rising very fast on him? I think he's going to do it. And then when he feels that first big smack, do you think that's going to make him start trying to edge him back up, or do you think he's going to just let the world crumble?
Well, I mean, I'll kind of tread lightly here because I don't know 100% sure, but I know that a lot of times we only see the decision that Joel Powell makes because he has the final word. But a lot of times
Jerome, yeah.
Jerome Powell, I said Jarrell, Jerome Powell. A lot of times,
Black now.
when they get together, the chair or the feds, they get together and they decide. A lot of times the votes aren't unanimous. Everybody's not like lower interest rates or increase interest rates. A lot of times it's like 5 said this, 5 said that. So it's like even with things on fire, somebody's numbers or logic might be completely different. So I honestly think, that the world everything has to be on fire before, and you got to think they cater to the billionaires. They cater to a different demographic. They're not looking at the average person and saying, man, this person has a high credit card bill and they're
Just help them.
debt. Say it again.
let's help them.
Yeah, like
Let's help.
what's your bottom line? Are you still making money over there? Okay, good. You know, what's your issue? Is this your issue? Not enough people are borrowing. Not enough people are borrowing against assets. Like, let's lower interest rates so that you'll get more money. So that's kind of really what's
Yeah.
happening. And I'll tell you, for your house on the market, bless you if you're sneezing.
Yeah.
I'll say for you, it's just now shifted into a buyer's market. So you have to understand, right? Like before, when we were in the competition to buy a house, it was a seller's market. So a seller at any time could get 10, 15, 20 offers on a house. And they could just look through there and be like, okay, who's going to give me the most money? Right?
Right.
So now
Right.
you're looking as a buyer, or excuse me, a seller in a buyer's market, and you're saying, man, I hope somebody comes and looks at my house. Like sellers are saying, what can I
Yeah.
remodel? What can I renovate? What can I do to make my house more appealing? So that's kind of what's happening, right? So you have to understand, like, it's gonna be like you having to watch the competitive market, like what is their comps compared to my house? Do I need a lower
Yeah.
5,000? Do I need a lower 10,000? What is gonna make my house more appealing to somebody trying to buy? But
Yeah, we might just wind up waiting. We're trying to decide what we want to do and just maybe wait for a while before so it can start flipping towards a seller's market. But I got a feeling that's a long ways down the road. You know what I mean? Yep, yep. But man, thank you. That's some great information for me and everybody else that's looking to figure out when they want to jump into the housing market. And so anyway, before we start, giving our shout outs and the jewel of the day, because LaRue's always got some wonderful words for us. Any other subjects? Anything else that's a hot topic we need to dive into? I know there's the.
Shit.
Well, I do want to shout out a big artist out there that's just sold out multiple shows back to back to back. Jay-Z, for all those people that's been hating on him for the longest time. Hey, I'm
watch the
a
interview?
big fan. Yeah,
Did you
I
watch
did
the
watch the
interview?
interview. Yes, I did. You guys watch it?
wait, watch what?
The interview he did, was that GQ?
GQ magazine.
GQ
Right.
magazine, yeah. Yeah, what was your opinion on the interview?
It was cool. It was political, Jay.
It was very calculated, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
That
think
was real tight. That's really tight.
he said some wise words on there, man. But my biggest thing is, for us old school cats, those that have gotten older in the years, we still relevant, guys. We are still relevant, and Jay just proved that. Selling out was a Yankee Stadium for. It was supposed to be 2 shows for 2 of his albums, The Blueprint and what was the other one? The other for one of his other albums, and then but it's you said what?
I said probably a Black Album.
Yeah, well, it's like the 30th year anniversary for one and 25th year anniversary for the other, and so he sold those 2 nights out so fast they added a 3rd night on, and then he's performing at the Roots Festival or Roots and Culture Festival, one of those, and in that interview he said a key thing, and I think these artists out there. They got to take heed to the old school. He said, 2025 was all defense. 2026 is all Jay-Z on offense all year. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to see what he's throwing out there. Is he putting out new? I got a feeling an album might be coming, but I could be wrong. He's one of those that retires but can't retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys had the chance, would any of y'all go to the concerts or one of the shows?
Mm,
No,
yeah, I would go.
not me.
Yeah, you would go. I would go. I would definitely go. I would definitely go. But that's I'm a Jay fan. So anyway, I wanted to just throw that one out there.
I'm
But
not a
once
big
again,
fan of big like
Yeah, not a
Jay-Z
big fan
style
either.
crowds. Nah, I'm good
Yeah.
on that.
So it's
Yeah.
oh yeah. So the audience,
Yeah.
the audience is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna
The
be
audience
so
is gonna
many
be
people,
crazy.
and they gonna be so
Yeah.
close. Nah, get away from me.
Oh yeah, I don't like that because the last concert I went to was the Clips, and then that shit was shoulder to shoulder. I did not like that. So
Yeah.
that's what made me not
Yeah,
want to
I
go
would
back
love
to
to
a
see the
concert
clips
again.
too. Ye got a concert, I think, in the UK the same days that Jay doing his in New York.
Who?
Uh, Kanye. He got
Oh,
a show
It's crazy people.
overseas. This. You said what?
It's crazy that people still go see. It's crazy that people still go see Kanye.
Right.
Kanye crazy. He just dropped the album.
bully.
I know. I'm not
Bully,
listening to it.
bully.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I love that Jay is. I mean, Jay is going to be one of the few that is going to continue to just drop a verse every year. You know what I'm saying? And just
yeah,
shake up the hip hop world because he's created so many. But I mean, I'm like I'm not really for those crowds, and I've seen Jay Z live, like
Me
The
too.
Jay Z's.
okay. See, I've never seen him live.
Okay. But like the Jay Z's and the Nas's, like they just stand in one. I'm a performer, so I like when I go to see a live show, I want to see a rock. I want to see a performance. Of course, I don't expect a
Yeah,
40-year-old man to be bouncing, running across the stage, but like some energy.
I'll be trying.
But it will look weird if you see Jay Z do choreography.
Well, not,
Like
Yeah.
it takes
That would
away
look weird.
like
That
you
would
see
look
Jay
weird.
Z out here. I'm a hustler. I'm a
He'll
hustler.
start
I'm
doing
a hustler.
spins and shit.
but I mean,
Yeah,
it's just more of like I think of it more as like I said, like I don't expect him to be doing choreographer or choreography or running, but like there's footage of him of Nas to where they're engaged with the crowd, and so just a little bit more to just the cool like Nas just has a big thing to where he'll just stop rapping and just let the crowd just sing it, and I'll be like, man,
Your boy be out of breath.
Hey, that's good for the artist. That's great for the artist. That's like, hey, you know my shit. Hey, go ahead.
right.
I agree with LaRue though on seeing a performance, but some artists, I will still pay to go see them even if I know this thing still just because of who they are and what they represent. But real talk, if you get on a stage, we producing at Conscious Mind Records, and I'm paying you to get on my stage, you need to move like side to side or something. Do a 2-step, so do something. But yeah, so before we wind this down, I want to see if you guys want to shout anybody out that's doing something either in the community or in the entertainment industry that you think could be inspiring to other people. Anyone on you guys' minds? Who you got,
Uh,
Rue?
Oh, so actually, and thank you for bringing this back, man. Like, I actually want to shout out our brother Soldier Bless, who's not with us right now.
Soldier Bless. Yes.
Soldier, man, Soldier's like a person who really moves in throughout the shadows. You know what I mean? You might see
Yeah.
Soldier on a plane somewhere. Soldier might pop up here or there. But Soldier, you can understand that his energy, his vibe, everything, it travels with him. You know what I mean? And us being his fam, being his friend, having all of the things that we have, it's like he does so much for each one of us individually, and he continues
Yes.
to
Yes.
build people up and do so many things, and it's funny, like he was I'm not going to get into it, but he recently had a moment to where he had a tough time at work, and it was so out of character for us to hear, right? Because
Yeah.
Soldier is loved. To have a tough time and kind of clash with somebody is just so rare. But to see the way
Yeah.
he processes it and the way that he can bounce back, the way that he can just, it is what it is. It just really, I mean, he's like during the pandemic, through Trump, through everything, he's the person you want to have in your corner because he's just going to always remind you, bring you back. So I just want to big up Soldier. He's an amazing artist as well, an amazing entrepreneur, amazing husband, and an amazing friend. So big up Soldier Bless.
Big up
Soldier.
Soldier and the president of Conscious Mind Records. Yes, sir.
And then-
Anybody else you wanna bring up, guys? I think Rob, you were gonna say somebody.
oh no, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but big up the Lord.
Hey,
Okay, there you go. Big up to God. There you go. And Henny, what about you?
knows the Lord. Sorry, T.
What happened?
What about you, Henny? Anybody on your mind?
No, not
All right,
one
I
person.
want to I want to shout.
Big up Henry. Big up Timmy.
I want
Big
to
up
shout out
yourself.
somebody that has been just to watch him go from where one of our good friends who had was known for just partying and literally wasted getting wasted all the time. He had the bungalow back in the day, and for those in Central Florida, that was a main hub for a lot of
Oh, it
artists
was.
here in Central Florida, that we would all come together from different factions and different groups and just hang out every night. Our brother, you see him online as Jesse Carrasco, but if you know him in the entertainment, it is Illogic. And this
Illogic.
dude, Illogic, what's up, Illogic? He has created an adventure travel site called Boundless and
I've
Lost.
seen it.
Yeah.
And I remember when he was first getting it started, he would hit me up and asking questions on how he should get it going, and he wasn't 100% sure if he can do it. My man went down south, got himself a boat, and him and his wifey are traveling all around the Caribbean area, and they're bringing the world to us, man. They're bringing it to us, and to me, it's one of the most beautiful things. I want to share something, one of his quick commercials, and hopefully I do it correctly here, real quick, and then we'll let LaRue get us out of here with the yeah. I got to put the glasses on, y'all, and then we'll let LaRue take us out of here with the great inspiring words. But let me share it with you guys. Can you guys see my screen here?
Yep.
I'm gonna play this
Adventure
video.
is everywhere if you're willing to chase it.
You want to
Make
make
it
it
big.
all screen?
Hey, I'm
Yeah, let me make it big
and this is
here.
Boundless and Lost.
How do you make this big? I don't. There we go. Okay, is it big now?
Yep.
All right, let me bring it back. I want you guys to check out this commercial real quick for Boundless and Lost.
Adventure is everywhere if you're willing to chase it. Hey, I'm Jesse, and this is Boundless and Lost, a channel I started because I believe the best stories happen off the beaten path, land or sea. Here, you'll find epic sailing adventures, insane hidden gems, food worth traveling for, and the kind of moments that make life unforgettable. And yeah, sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. So if you love travel and adventure, hit that subscribe button and let's get lost together.
There we go. All right, that's my brother Illogic. That's our brother Illogic. And I just wanted to big up him, man, because I've seen him, completely just, flip the script from, being known as just a party guy to someone that has built his own channel that is giving some great information. You guys ever get a chance? Please tune in to Boundless and Lost. Trust me, he goes on some crazy adventures. He's been stuck in different islands before, and it's just inspiring to
That's what's
see
up.
one of us go out there and do the dang thing, right? So big ups to Logic.
Yes, sir.
For real, man.
All right, that's all I got. LaRue, you've led the way, with this wonderful podcast for our first two seasons. And every time you take us out with such inspiring words that I know for a fact, really opens the mind of people out there. Please continue doing that. So can you close it out for us?
For sure. Got you, man. And definitely want to big up, Illogic, man, came so far. And like, it's funny, I remember seeing the his videos on TikTok, and I didn't even know who it was because I was just kind of not really paying attention. I was like, oh snap, that's Illogic. So, big up to him. Also big up to you, T. I know I've usually been the kind of facilitator, but you did a great job, and you're gonna do a great job. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
We definitely want to give y'all a different flavor. I felt like I was talking all the damn time. So it's like, man, let's spread the
Spread the love. Spread the love.
spread the love. But
Thank you.
what? Go ahead and I'll bring us out with the jewel of the day. So today's jewel of the day comes from a quote from Frances Lear, and she was an American activist and a magazine publisher. Her quote says, "The second half of one's life is meant to be better than the first half," unquote. So with today being my actual birthday, I couldn't help but reflect on the many past celebrations I had during my lifetime. I've went on trips. I've been showered with gifts. I didn't mean to rhyme, Henny. Uh, I've drank until I passed out. I've had epic parties that every last one of these people have been at, and that I could barely remember anything the next day. And while all of those were great times, I enjoy life so much more right now at a later age that it's hard to put it into words. Because there's just something about peace, this kind of peace that you won't find arranging traveling plans or being the center of attention at a party, or you'll find in a gifted item or in a bottle of liquor. As I get older, peace just seems to be the only thing I want. So
Yes.
my encouragement to you is don't fear growing old. Embrace it, because the peace that follows will give you a quality of life that is better in the second half. We are the Hot Mango Seed Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time.
Peace.